Hey there, this is Stefani Dawn, and welcome to the Common Climber YouTube channel. This is our 2021 under $25 stocking stuffer holiday gift list. But first, to get into the gift-giving spirit, we invite you to give something right now by clicking the like, follow, and bell buttons below. Now let's dig in. This is a holiday gift list where we bring some utility, some creativity, and affordability to the process. And I promise there are no chalk bags on this list. Everything here is under $25. Nothing is sponsored. And most of the items are from small climbing businesses. So actually you can feel really good about where your dollars are going. First up are a couple of items from a small climber-owned business called Nelico. Nelico is based out of New York State and is owned by Neil Barinholtz. The first product is the Nelico nut tool. And he created an improved nut tool to help out his wife, Adina, who got frustrated removing nuts when following him on, some pumpy overhung climbs in the gunks. And a couple of years ago, I purchased this nut tool. It does not leave my side. This is my trad harness, and it is a constant presence on the trad harness here. There's just something about the angle of attack that works really well. And you might think that you can't really improve on a metal stick, but Nelico did figure out how to do it. I also like it's particularly thin and can get into smaller cracks. So the price of this is $21.95, and it slides perfectly into a stocking. The second stocking stuffer from Nelico is this fun little item here for the climber that doesn't want to wear a backpack but likes to top out, enjoy the view, and maybe have a little bit of bubbly afterwards. This is called the Chappelle Pond Soda Sling. So you hook it to a carabiner and just, attach it to your harness. And maybe hang it below you if you're doing a squeeze chimney. These are $17.95, and they come in some really fun bright colors. Next up are some balls, but not just any balls. These are some really awesome chalk balls that are colored so that you can match the rock of wherever the crag is that you're at. And because they're in a ball, you can switch them in and out of your chalk bag very easily. The colored chalk is really awesome to help reduce the white chalk graffiti that's kind of plaguing a lot of areas. These are only $11.99. They're made by a company called Grimpy that are based, it's a family-based business out of Idaho. The next ball is the Metolius Grip Saver. So this is designed to help you develop your grip training. So you squeeze the ball, and then they have this other element where you insert your fingers and you stretch and open your fingers to do the counterbalance exercises. They have a progression of difficulty in the balls, and each one is $17.95. Or if you want to spend more, you can get all three in one package. Now, I know most climbers have probably heard of Metolius. It is still a small business. It's a non-corporate business based out of Redmond, Oregon, which is near the awesome climbing of Smith Rock, which there is a stocking stuffer map for that, $14.99 by Climb on Maps, which we'll talk a little bit about in a minute. But with Metolius, they have some creative items that I'm including here. So for those of you who do multi-pitch climbing, I ran across this Metolius rope hook for rope management. Now, admittedly, I haven't tried this yet, so I'm going to be fair and state that it could be a gimmick, maybe one of those things that seems better in concept than in reality, but I'm personally intrigued, and I plan to get one for myself and try it out. So at $14.95, it is an inexpensive and creative gift that may end up being helpful too. I'm also going to throw out there how many of you trad climbers don't do the proper maintenance of your cams. I will be the first to admit that I don't. I am careful not to lay my cams down in the dirt. but I sure could stand to give them a little lube now and then. So a super inexpensive stocking stuffer for your trad climber is some Metolius cam lube for $4.95. And yeah, I'm getting that too. Okay, these next few items are mine, as in my hubby and I made them as part of Climb on Maps. We walked over 1,500 miles and we mapped 4 different areas out here in the West. We've got the Smith Rock, which I mentioned, which is in Oregon, and then City of Rocks and Castle Rock, which is in Idaho. These are $14.99. And there's Red Rock Canyon, which is $24.99. This is a loose leaf pages, so you just take the 1 or 2 pages you need and go. The 4th area is Joshua Tree. It's bigger. It doesn't meet our $25 threshold, so I'm going to set that one aside. All of these maps are printed on waterproof, tear-proof paper. They show you how difficult or dangerous an approach or walk-off is, and they include these really great at-a-glance crag summaries, so you can instantly see what climbs and how many are at a wall. They are the perfect complement to Mountain Project and the guidebook, and they can help you just basically get what we want to do when we're going on a climbing trip. We don't want to be lost, we want to be climbing. It's hard to beat a gift that costs $0 and one that you make yourself. You can take an old rope and make a koozie. We provide a how-to link for you. And then imagine giving the koozie to your climber loved one, and they insert favorite beverage, recline on the sofa, and then get transported on a climbing trip to Mars. I'm talking about the super fun and interesting book by Common Climber's own assistant editor, Dave Barnes. This book is called The Red Curtain, Climbing Expedition to Mars 2043. It's also beautifully illustrated by Spanish climber Carmelo Oñate. And you can get the book for just $10 on Kindle or $20 in print. Okay, the last item on our stocking stuffer list, if you're into saving money and saving hands and don't like getting that nasty black aluminum all over your hands, get some belay gloves. And I'm not talking about getting those expensive belay gloves. You can get some great leather, inexpensive gardening gloves that work perfectly for less than $15. I just punch a hole in them, put them on the carabiner. I keep it on the same carabiner as my crack gloves. Keep them on my harness at all times, so I have them for belaying and for rappelling, whether single pitch or multi-pitch. And as you can see, guess who's going to be getting some new belay gloves in their stocking this holiday? Okay, we're wrapping up the Common Climber 2021 stocking stuffer video. We really wanted to hit on some useful and entertaining, non-standard items to be creative and surprise your climber. There's so much more out there too. I mean, think about this. There's headlamps that can be helpful. You could get a tri-cam. You could get a nut. This nut has a great climbing story associated with it. It caught a huge whipper. So just think that one thing that you put in that stocking stuffer can make all the difference for your climbing loved one. Thanks so much for watching. Please, again, be sure to like, follow, and ring that bell for Common Climber. We appreciate it. Happy holidays and happy climbing, y'all.